that, they have quarks.
Mm-hmm.
Two quarks make an electron, and supersymmetry
I wanted to have
theory.
I wanted to have a mad scientist rock and roll band called Quark and the Neutrinos.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. Entanglement, quantum entanglement, the ability of something to be in two places at once or neither place at once. Two places, neither place at once. That a thing is not in one place or another till somebody looks at it and makes it be there. It's an
sounds like
observation.
her saying, when I'm in the woods and I'm all by myself, am I still wrong?
Am I still wrong?
Because he's wrong all the time. When he's with me.
Oh, no, that's evolutionary. Everybody, man, is wrong. I like what people say. Kurt Vonnegut said about it. He said, men are jerks and women are psychotic. When people ask what happened, say, between me and my wife or between somebody and their other wife, or, or something like that, I say, well, men are jerks and women are psychotic. That's what happened.
But I'm not psychotic.
Oh, of course
right.
you're not. You're so sensible and wise.
I'm right.
You're right. Oh, God.
I'm right 90% of the time. It makes him so mad.
Yeah. And tactful.
And he goes,
you're so tactful, too.
And he says, if I'm in the middle of the woods, am I still wrong by myself?
That's a great one. I have to remember that one. If you're middle of the woods and no women are around, are you still wrong?
Yes.
That's a great joke. Poor guy.
Oh yeah, he's so
deprived. But men do this. Men do that. They use that too.
Oh, he's so whipped. You know what whipped?
Well, that's not
Poor
bad. I wouldn't
thing.
mind being whipped a little bit myself,
Well, let me get my whipping. Let me get my whipping post.
Get your whip out there.
But do you want to be tied to the whipping post?
Hey, baby, tie me to that old whipping post.
Feels like I've been tied to the whipping
I've been playing Allman Brothers all week, and you know what they sing about a lot? Is the Backdoor Man.
Backdoor Man.
A lot of Backdoor Man songs in Allman Brothers.
Yeah, I used to be in a band back in the day when I was like a young child and stuff. And I was in a band and we did that song and I was the singer and I was tied to the whipping post. Feel like I've been tied to the whipping post. Good Lord, I feel like I'm dying. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, they were talking about evolutionarily speaking there a lot. There are backdoor men that it has to be some kind of evolutionary behavior. But it sucks. I call them creeps.
Oh, really? Over there with those bad men. Not the nice man, not the good man. Bad man.
Well, creeps, that's a good word.
Well, you know, our chicken petition is coming up soon. You know, I learned a lot about behavior from our chickens. Have you watched that?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got two
Very
roosters.
Interesting to watch. And I came to the conclusion that if a man does not have that natural protective instinct like roosters have, there's something wrong with him, and forget about him. Kick him out the door, because he can't be saved. He can't be changed. That natural protective instinct that roosters have. You should watch those roosters sometime with those girls.
They take good care of them. But you know what I really like is when they roost at night, the roosters always roost on the top.
There you go. Can you get through
So
there?
that if any eating to be done,
Can you get through
they
there?
start at the bottom.
Sure.
And they eat the hens first.
Oh, well.
But they do take care of them during the day.
My little guy, he could see a hawk a mile up in the sky, and he would make this little chortle down there and go, and they'd all just hit the ground
Yeah.
and be perfectly still.
Yeah.
2 years. In here.
Yeah.
In Shabbat.
I watch them all the time. Yeah, they're very interesting.
Especially when you give them treats that are red. red trees,
Well, you're gonna like this.
Like
Do you know Steve, the
tomato,
Mushroom Man? Have you
watermelon.
seen him before?
rose petals.
Why is that?
But
What,
Steve,
They
the
love
Mushroom Man, he's
red
gonna sing
food.
you a song.
Oh yes, I know.
Huh.
I know him.
You do?
We all were singing together. We didn't quite get going. I got a little bit bashful, and then I've thought about it ever since. And I've thought of a million things I would have said when we were singing. Save to bed. I go, you know what it done it, yeah. You know, I was gonna get to Bob Dylan, but it just, you know, I was just all frozen.
Mhm.
And besides that, what he was saying was just fine at the time. And when it's just fine at the time.
Well, how about it? Do you think you could sing us the Donald Rumsfeld?
shall we vent our spleen and
Uh-huh.
impotent frustration?
And he's gone. He's just gone off. He's just gone. You never hear about him anymore.
He's in Paraguay
Is he down there with the
rest
with
of the Nazis. They accept
Down there in
his.
South America. Though, you know, there's a lot of little German villages down there. Have you ever been down there?
Is it?
They look just like Germany. Yeah, they've got a whole bunch
That,
of
what
little
I thought was
villages up
real
in the mountains.
well, there was a the same the same New York Times that had where they captured Radovan Karadzic, who was singing nationalist Serbian songs to his own picture. They also had in that the last supervisor of a Nazi death camp, Lubyanka, which was in Croatia. He was Croatian, and he said that the only thing he regretted was that he didn't kill as many Serbs as what he had the chance to do. So those guys don't like one another.
No, they don't. Go over and have a real close look at that camera with us.
Kind of reminds me of the issue in the Middle East,
Really close.
where they never forget and they never forgive, and they just keep getting revenge.
We need a peacemaker. We can.
High def.
Shall we? Shall we sing?
Sing, I don't know.
You'll know. You'll pick it up real quick. Let's see. What shall we?
One thing first, sir, please. I did not know this young lady's name.
I'm Davine. Davine
Davine.
from David.
Davine.
Davine.
That's, I have not heard that. I have heard so many.
I'll tell you, when you got these women back in World War II with nothing else to do, and they have a new baby come in, they got to think of a weird name. So that's what they did.
That's what they did do?
Mhm.
Well, that's a beautiful name, Davine.
Didn't
I'll
have
tell you
anything
one thing, I
better.
would
Just like,
cherish
what
that
can we
name.
name this baby?
Davine? I wonder where they got it from then.
Yeah, no,
They
get
did?
My
all
father's
the
name
verses
was
in
David.
order before you start.
I've got him.
You
I've
got
got
them
him.
in order. All right.
Fine.
We're going to hang Donald Rumsfeld from a sour apple tree. Going to hang. This is the chorus. Donald Rumsfeld. Going to watch him swinging free. Gonna hang him high, we're gonna hang him low. When he dead, dead, we're gonna hang him some more. We're gonna hang him from a higher apple tree when the revolution comes. We're gonna march to Washington, we're gonna march right in the front door. Gonna say to Mr. President, this stuff don't get it no more. Gonna take you and Mr. Rumsfeld and the Vice President too. Gonna take you all down to the National Mall. This is what we're gonna do. Gonna hang
Donald Rumsfeld.
Donald Rumsfeld from a sour apple tree. Gonna hang Donald Rumsfeld just to watch him swinging free. Long. We're gonna hang him high, we're gonna hang him low.
If he don't die, we're gonna hang him some more. We're gonna hang him from a sour apple tree when the revolution comes. Woo!
We're tired of all this suffering. We're tired of all this pain and we're tired of those pasty white faces and that mean old black girl. We're tired of hearing about torture and extraordinary rendition. Gonna take you to I forgot the words. You told me off. Let's see. It's ordinary rendition.
Slate.
I'm tired of
That's all right.
capital
That just means
punishment.
you're gonna find
Is that it?
I don't believe
No,
in
no.
capital
Kind
punishment.
of rendition.
Get you on into times.
Go to send you back to the farm where you can't do no harm. But there's one condition. Go to hang
Donald Rumsfeld
from a sour apple tree. Hang Donald Rumsfeld
just to watch him swinging free. Hang him high, hang him low. And if he don't die, we're gonna hang him some more. We're gonna hang
from a sour
apple tree when the revolution comes.
Well, I don't like to see people tortured or bombed out of their home. Don't like to see those poor Iraqi children wandering the streets alone. I don't like going to war over presidential deception. I don't believe in capital punishment, but I will make one exception. Gonna hang Donald Rumsfeld from the sour apple tree. Gonna hang Donald Rumsfeld
Just to watch him swinging free. Gonna hang him high, hang him low. If he don't die, we're gonna hang him some more.
We're gonna
Hang down the apple tree when the revolution
I
comes.
really mean it. When the revolution comes.
What the hell is that gonna be? Because, see, the timing's all wrong. I thought about that all year. In the 60s, there was some kind of famine.
Here, have a cup of tea.
Now, all those people grew up.
Well,
and they're gone.
I
And there ain't
told you
nobody
that-
gonna want, sacrifice anything.
Yeah, I told you that
I haven't had a
Herb
family
went to
wouldn't let me
school
do a
with
show.
him.
With Donald Rumsfeld, you went to school with
No,
Donald?
Herb went to school with
Herb
him.
went to school with Donald. Well, he knows.
And he
knows
knew him when he was young,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
was mean to little animals.
He was
So,
the
so Herb,
little
Herb knows the deal.
How young was he?
In high school.
And he was still mean?
No, he was mean then to little small animals
Even
then.
then.
That which is a precursor. Usually, like sociopaths are mean to little animals.
Sociopath.
He's a sociopath.
But man,
Yeah, at least.
man,
If not a psychopath.
man, please.
Well, I've never quite understood what's the difference between a socio and a psychopath.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a
Man.
sociopath just doesn't like people. The
Psychopath kills them.
Psychopath is
Yeah.
divorced from reality.
And doesn't know.
A
And
sociopath is not
if he
divorced from
doesn't know,
reality.
he's better.
No, they're different. They're different.
There's a
I
big
kind of think they're interchangeable.
yeah.
No.
Interchangeable reality.
Don't they float in and out?
Possibly.
And up and down, and don't we all have some of this in us? I mean, don't we all really love to see a bomb explode? Admit it? You can't admit it, can you? Can you? Can you? I love
won't
to see a
admit.
bomb
Have you
explode.
seen a bomb explode?
Yes, I've seen.
Where did you see
I've
it?
seen I have not seen a thermonuclear warhead explode because they did not explode those in the middle of the desert on the other side of the mountains when I lived in San Fernando Valley. But they did explode atomic bombs. Those little baby things are just a little bit bigger than.
I think you might have pyrotechnic tendencies.
Well, yeah, I do have pyrotechnic tendencies. There's no doubt about that. I don't even.
I think you need that to appreciate the bomb exploding.
Oh well, I didn't say I appreciated it. It scared the shit out of me. I didn't appreciate it one damn bit.
Okay. I stand
Because I knew-
corrected.
Well, you know, it's in no correction. It's just that, I mean, me and my buddy were in 4th grade, and he informs me, come on, it's going to be this. I want to see it. It's going to light up all over the mountains, man. Watch. All of a sudden, lighting up. Orange, down the little yellow. That bomb went off, and I never could find a comfortable spot on my pillow. To this day.
Anyway, I don't know where Donald is now, but he should be down in Paraguay with the rest of the.
I'm sure that I'm sure he's on the phone, making sure he's got a place down there when.
I thought it was.
Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay.
So where did Herb go to school with Donald Rumsfeld?
That was in high school in Chicago.
In Chicago, they went to school together in Chicago. Would you like some tea? Those 2 pots on the silver tray both have tea in them. There's PG Tips in the white one, and the other one has oolong from William Mountain. There's nothing in that one right now, and I don't think I'll put anything in that one because there's not enough time. The party will be over soon, and I'm gonna pour it gently.
It's hot too.
So where's Matt working? Did he say?
Yes, he's told me the name of the store. It's a clothing store.
Oh, it's like retail.
Still, yeah.
That's the one I like. See the picture?
Uh-huh.
It's like,
Yeah.
I love that.
I love you.
Well, here we are, all for tea. Would you have some cookies? Did
Would
you?
you like some
And I don't care
cookies?
if I
No.
fix it the wrong way. It's meant the right way.
All right.
You know that, so is everybody else.
I read
But
that
I didn't
they-
understand that in watching this show.
When
These
they
are
were
good cookies.
when
They're the good
the
ones.
British were
Robert sent those.
getting ready for nuclear war, they were really worried because they didn't know if they could keep the tea, you know, if they could have enough tea on hand
Uh-huh.
for the nuclear war,
Right.
which I thought was very odd.
You did you? I think it was very prudent on
I
their
do.
part.
I do. But
I think it was rather prudent on their part to consider
It
that.
may show a profound misunderstanding of the
Oh,
facts of
personally,
nuclear
I would worry
war.
about coffee.
Sir,
myself.
No,
who are you talking to? Who are you referring to?
The British.
They
Remember?
did it. Oh,
the
they don't have enough tea for any day.
there was a guy on the BBC back when
I worry about it.
when our attacks on where was it we followed
Nagasaki?
Bin Laden into and blew up caves and all that. And,
Afghanistan.
yeah, and at this point
Get me started.
the press was having a hard time getting in there, and there was one reporter with the BBC that had managed to get in, and he had teamed up with some kind of rebel forces or something, and they had like snuck him in, and he was like, you know, sleeping in some Bedouin camp or something, and he you know, his tales of what he saw, you know, the destruction and the bodies lying in the street and the different things, he was talking about, and they weren't letting any reporters in there, but he'd gotten in there and he was telling what was going on and stuff, and then he was talking about the hardships of war, and he says, then last night we slept in the Bedouin camp, he said, and then got up this morning and moved on to so and so, some other village, he says after a meal of something like flatbread or something, he says and weak tea. and
War is hell.
Well, war is hell, and the tea
War
is
is hell.
weak. The tea is weak.
Weak tea.
But
I had a burst out.
that's-
I laughed too much over something that wasn't
oh well. At least you laughed.
Well, what war was it that they were thinking of? They were worried about their tea supply. World War
World War
II?
III.
World War III. So that's why we haven't had one. We
That's
don't know if
right.
we can keep our tea supply going.
Yeah, look good.
That's
That's so
right.
good.
That'll-
That should be.
that'll
that should
keep
go
him
ahead and
in
built
line.
up on.
That'll
That
keep
should
him
be
in
built
line.
on. That should be built all the way up on.
If the Brits are afraid that the tea will run out,
There'll be no more war.
there'll be no
No
World
more
War
war.
III. There'll be no World
We
War III.
won't have to
No
worry
more
about
war,
war
no
because
doubt.
of our tea situation.
We aren't going to lose our tea over some damn war. We might use our free over some damn.
Well, that's
war.
when the Brits knew we were serious on this side of the ocean. When
When you had the tea party?
yeah, when we snuck on the boat and threw
I hadn't thought of it that way.
and threw cases of tea over into the harbor. When the news of that got back to England, they said
They were shocked.
they said they did what?
Oh my God! You know, I never thought about that.
Oh, yeah.
How much that affected the there.
Oh
I
my
really did.
goodness.
They're
That's
horrible.
what- that's what
They're horrible.
those
They'll eat our
heathens-
children.
Those heathens.
They did what?
Oh, tea
God,
don't mean
what else
nothing
will
to
they
a little
do?
kid in high school, you know, tea. Oh, throw it over there. Just throw it over
That's when they knew we were serious. They threw the tea into the harbor.
We have legal THC here.
Are you sure?
And the Brits and they dumped 200 million pounds of the highest grade buds into the ocean. Would be a little bit free if it was legal in all over the United States. You know, it's have to be legal. You know,
Well-
like, you know, just cracker.
Well, they do that all the time, and it comes floating up as seaweed.
Do they?
Is that what they call it?
Have
Seaweed.
have you seen those
I
bumpers?
gotta answer seaweed, man.
Yeah, have you seen those bumper stickers that say "Save the Bales"? I have a friend that lives.
I've never seen that.
I had a friend who lived in Miami, and he supported himself and his wife and 2 children by the fact that they owned their home, but that there was a canal in the backyard of their home that was very close to the
The drop zone.
yeah, and he would sit out there all day. He liked to fish and stuff, and he would sit out there all day. He had a little pier out there, and he'd sit out there all day in the backyard and all with a rod and reel. And when he would see a bale come floating by, which he didn't see very often, but a bale is big, and
That's why they call it a bale.
and it lasts a long time. And when he would see a bale come floating by, he'd cast his rod and reel out there, and he'd hook it, and he'd pull it in. And
That's a John Tall tale.
And
He
then-
does that
and
to
then
us,
you
you know,
hold it
and
in,
it keeps
and
going
then-
on and on.
yeah, and dry it out. And that was
And
what.
he's lying. And he's
I
good
am
at it.
not
You know,
lying
he's
either.
And
Liar.
then
You're
you
lying.
fold it in, and then
And then he would dry it out and bag it up in little bags and sell it to his friends.
compared to me. I mean, half my size, or the size of the cup.
The bale?
I mean, yeah, bale.
It's the side of Rhode Island, isn't that what they say?
Well, I always kind of think of bales as
Bale
about
like a size of bale of hay.
like a bale. That's you know what size a bale is. You've seen a bale of hay, haven't you?
Bale.
Well, do you think that because it's a bale of something else, it'd be a different size? Maybe it would, but sometimes they
A
come
metric bale.
a metric bale.
Is
but-
a metric bale
Weighed
bigger than a southern
158.3
hay bale?
Kilograms. Yeah, we don't have metric bales in
Oh,
Southern
okay.
boys. No.
But then
It's either a big bale or
language here.
not a
and
big
some of them come wrapped in what looks like a grass mat that are
Yeah.
wrapped around it on the outside. It's baled on the inside, but on the outside it's wrapped in a thing looks like a grass mat, and it's just a sort of a bag. It's not like a.
not plastic.
No. It's a grass. But it's not like what is it? Potato bags are made of.
Yeah.
What's that? It's not like burlap. It's like grass. It's like woven grass. A grass bag. It's almost like a grass carpet or something in a way. A little like a grass mat.
Well, who's dropping those things off?
What happens is the
CIA probably.
The Border Patrol and stuff get after them. They come running up in these cigarette boats and stuff, and they get after them. And these guys that are running it in their boats, they take out running, and the cops are after them, and they start throwing the bales over the side of the boat. And so you can see them floating. There'll be like a long line of these things bobbing, and if they don't all get
So
If
is
they-
there
if they don't all
priority,
get
like
picked
the
up,
cigarette
it-
boat goes after the boat, or the cigarette boat trying to capture the bales?
After a while, if they don't all get picked up by the cops or something, one of them will come floating up in this guy's canal. and
We
he'll
forgot the
look
guy
at-
who's sitting on his dock
He's,
Yeah.
with his
No,
fishing
sir.
pole,
and he's
waiting for this
but
bale that
but
we're
he's
talking
got the
about. to
he's
come
got the karma and the
floating.
thing too. You know what I'm saying? If there's a bale floating, it's going to come floating up by his dock. It comes right
He's
on
got
up.
that kind of karma.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
heading for him.
I'm serious. I mean, this is a true story. You're calling me a liar and all this kind of stuff.
That was
A fraud.
That was hard.
And,
That was
and this was
definitely
No, that was. I don't think you actually called him.
I was
You
calling
said
him-
tall.
I was calling you.
He said-
a
she
liar,
said
like
lie.
I call Herb a liar whenever I'm teasing
But-
him.
but
so
no,
he
this-
just got
this-
carried away.
this guy has a.
I think you're pulling her. I think you're joshing us.
He's
guy-
got that
no, I'm
typical
not-
male sensitivity.
No, I'm not seeing this guy.
When he's insulted, it seems to bother him. You know.
Slipping it back in.
I haven't seen this guy in 20 years.
Up your skin like that.
Yeah, I'm
Like
gonna
when you get
flip it
that-
in sideways.
that- When you pull out that fat, that thing, they go in there like that.
Okay, so I really did. I thought you were joshing, but if you're,
No.
it's really true.
Yeah,
And he paid for his house doing this.
yeah, and supported himself and his wife and 2 kids, and that's basically what the guy did.
How much did tea cost?
Huh?
How much did tea cost?
Tea? No, this was pot.
Pot! No,
It was like Colombian buds and things
Yeah,
like
Colombian tea. You know.
I can't be a part of any pot party.
that. No,
here, you know.
no, this was not a pot party. This is a tea party. But we were telling a story about the guy that was fishing bales of.
Yeah, this is tea.
You're getting it mixed up with the Indians and the Revolutionary War and stuff like that. So,
Oh yeah, we were there. Same function.
right. Well, it just made me think. You were going off about buds. You're the one who changed the subject to the
Yeah,
buds.
it's all his fault.
Yeah.
You didn't recall that?
No issue.
You didn't recall making that change?
Yes, I recall it very much.
So that was the train of thought. That was his train of thought.
I
happening.
just rolled it in to, kind of back you up.
I was just trying to say that when it came to the tea, they were throwing it overboard, but when they threw the bales overboard, that there were people there with fish hooks and they were fishing them in.
So there was a difference.
Well, they might have fished some of the tea in
What
too,
was this
but
thing called when it had Bobby?
So is this coating that's on it, like this grass, this straw covering? Does that keep it from absorbing the salt water? So
No.
that it's not like all funky and.
no, it does
salty?
not. It does
Maybe even
not.
getting a little moldy.
It does not keep it from. So, and that's why they call it seaweed, and salty salty to the taste.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So you really wouldn't want to use it in a
Brownie.
Brownie, you'd put it in a gumbo or something.
gumbo,
because
exactly, that's what I was
It's more savory.
Well, actually,
We use it as a savory.
actually, there's
dish.
the amount of salt that's in it would be all right in a brownie. There's not
Oh,
enough.
just a touch of salt is always good on
Oh,
anything.
Right.
Because
See,
it brings out the flavor.
it would be okay in a brownie. But what he would have to do would be he would fish them in, and then he'd pull it out on the dock and bust it open. See what I mean?
And lay it out there and let it dry.
Let it dry. The first thing he would have to do would be to fish the bale in while it was fresh. See, and quickly dry it. And but it was seaweed
Now, was
and it
he
was
in a
old.
neighborhood or was he off on one of those little areas where?
He was pretty much in a neighborhood. He was pretty
He was
much.
out there
You're
battling
out
his
there
neighbors,
like-
casting out
Did they
their
know what he was doing?
casting out their lures out
But
there.
in his neighborhood there was nobody raising an eyebrow about it. As a matter of fact, it would have been the neighbors would have been the first ones like, is that stuff dry yet? Is that stuff dry yet?
I've got a good gumbo going.
Some seaweed, yes sir.
Such
We'll
a
have some
silly
sushi,
thing.
some seaweed sushi.
Oh,
Do you
that
know,
would be really good with some sushi now.
I,
The combination of flavors in sushi with the wasabi and that seaweed wrapping and the rice and the soy sauce and the raw fish is just a really magnificent combination of flavors.
I found it goes very well with shrimp, with like boiled shrimp and such.
excuse me.
Also, yeah.
Will you be?
Come on in.
Well, I had to come in and say hi to you.
Hi.
Because you always say hi to your mom on my show, so I wanted to come in and say, hi, Mom.
We got a spot here you can
No, I need to run. You just go right ahead.
All right.
I've been outside for a good while.
Been listening to our.
No, I didn't get to listen. I had to bring a
that's
mirror.
good.
I brought a mirror for the bathroom.
I saw the mirror.
You did.
So it came through here. It threw it through here on its way. It has a brown frame around it.
Well, it's in a very good position, so when you sit, you can look at yourself.
Oh, it's not on the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not on the door.
Not on the door.
No. It's in a better position.
That's one.
Is it on the roof?
Apparently, it's straight across from the
We're gonna
toilet.
find
So.
out. We're gonna run right out and find
You're
out.
gonna find out when you get in there.
TBS.
Is it in the women's or just in the men's or just in the women's or just in the
We
men's?
don't have men's and women's right here.
Oh, okay. We got.
We're liberated. You know.
If the door's locked, you don't go in. If the door's open, you go in.
Notion to take a nation, so I didn't go take a notion
Well, if you take a notion to go in there, you better smile because while you're taking your notion, you'll be looking at yourself.